My name is Taylor Rounsaville, and this is my EDU 311 case study presentation. I did my case study on a first grader named Kaylee, and she's an 8-year-old struggling reader. She lives with her mom and dad and brother, and she has no medical issues known to date. Her favorite subjects are reading and math, which are the things that she really struggles in, but she loves to play soccer with her dad and her brother, and she's said countless times that she's going to be a soccer player. And she loves being active, and her favorite time of the day is a lot of time is PE. And she loves painting and reading about animals. She shows strengths in comprehension when reading. If someone reads her a book, or during whole group, whenever we read as a class, she always understands. She can answer questions, and she does really well on the AR quizzes as long as they read to her. She's good at memorizing material, and she's also very social. She gets along with all of her classmates, and she's really well behaved in class. Her main weakness is in reading. She doesn't know a lot of the patterns, like AI says A, and long E, and OY and OI says OI. She just doesn't know the patterns, and that affects her ability to read fluently. And her lack of knowledge in reading also affects her spelling and writing. She cannot write or spell really well at all. Near the beginning of the second quarter is whenever Kaylee got transferred to Wilmer, and she was referred kind of right off the bat to PST because she just was failing everything, and her grades from her previous school weren't very good. So her teacher is currently recording her days. They haven't met the 60 days yet, but she's been doing intensive intervention with her, and it's proven to have little success. Some days she seems to be doing better than others, but she's making a little bit of progression, but it's not enough to have a passing grade for first grade. She doesn't have any behavior problems besides just talking in class and getting off subject whenever she's around her friends. And a lot of times she started copying her neighbor's work in math and reading. She won't really try to do it. She'll just look at whoever's sitting across from her and try to copy their answers. I observed Kaylee in 3 settings, and one of them was in the classroom. And like I said, she copied a lot of the work. She was very unconfident whenever it came to the work she was doing in class that was assigned to her, and she didn't even attempt to solve the problems herself. She just sat there and tried to look on someone else's paper. Whenever the teacher was doing choral reading with the class, she didn't read. She just followed along with her finger. And in response to that, Kaylee was taken back to the back, and her teacher tried to work on her more with some of the stuff that she was struggling with. The second setting I observed her in was PE, and she was very active during PE. She participated in all of the exercises that they did whenever the coaches took them outside to play. She played very well with her friends. She appears to be a follower. She didn't really do a lot of leading. She kind of just followed the example of some other kids that she was playing with, even if she didn't really want to. You could tell that she was kind of reserved and didn't really want to do it or didn't want to play this game, but because everybody else wanted to, she did. In the third setting I observed her in was lunch, and she was very social during lunch. She talked to everyone that was sitting around her. She did act a little more shy towards some kids, but I believe that this was because it was kids that she doesn't normally talk to. The kids that she sits with at her table, she talked to them a whole lot, but the other kids that she doesn't have a lot of interaction with during the day, she didn't really tend to talk to them too much. Her social strengths is she's a very nice girl, and a lot of her classmates like her. She labels her best friends as the kids she sits by at the carpet or at her table. At PE, though, she plays with the boys. She loves to play dodgeball and kickball, and she tends to want to play more contact sports, and she likes to play those with the boys, I guess because she has a brother at home, so she's used to that. She had good things to say about the kids that she associated with that I asked her to, that she doesn't normally talk to. She came back to me and said that she found out that they had a lot in common and that she was going to try to hang out with them some more. She stated many times that she wants to be friends with everybody and not just one person, and she likes to have a lot of friends. The effective interventions that I did was a lesson plan and for small group, and it's an activity called Say the Pattern, Say the Word. And in this activity, they have to get a piece of they have to get a word, and it has a pattern on it that they are learning that week. And they have to say the pattern and say what that pattern says, and they also have to try to say the word and sound it out and blend it. And she did very well with this. It really helped her have some more practice with what they were doing this week, and it helped her blending, and she was also more, what's the word? Engaged during this. And during whole group, I walked around and I helped her with specific activities that she was trying to do. The reflection of the interventions, the Say the Pattern, Say the Word did very well, and so did little games I did with her. She didn't tend to do very well with reading. Whenever I tried to read with her and we tried to read together, she tended to just stop reading and let me read. And so I had to start having her read it just herself and just me helping her blend words whenever she needed assistance. I did a self-monitoring intervention with Kaylee too. Whenever she gets on the carpet, she tends to sit by people that get her in trouble, and she starts talking, and that results in moving her clip down or having to go sit at her seat and not participate in carpet time. So I took her aside and I told her, you need to look at who you're talking to and who you're sitting by, and if you're going to sit by someone who's going to get you in trouble or distract you, you need to probably not sit by them anymore and start sitting in the front. And she was able to do that. She tended to stop sitting by her friends, or whenever she did sit by her friends, she tried to sit more in the front and also tried to not talk to them during the day or during the carpet time. But, she's in first grade, so she still did kind of get in trouble a little bit, and she got off task, but it wasn't like it normally was. Something I learned about Kaylee is how important it is for us as teachers to praise our students and to make them feel comfortable around us. I think that she knows that she is a struggler and she's not reading on the level that all the other kids are reading at, and that ruins her confidence. But whenever I got her used to me and I praised her, she reacted really well to the praise, and her face lit up whenever she got something right. And through all that, she started being more open and she started trying more. And so I hope that she begins to do a little bit better in school, and she keeps on getting the intervention that she needs, and she will excel in second grade.